All right, folks, gather around close. Let's talk straight. Life throws punches, jabs you in the gut when you least expect it. It doesn't whisper warnings or offer practice rounds. It just comes at you fast and furious. Now, the question is, are you going to crumble and fall to the canvas, or are you going to stand your ground chin up and fight back? I see some of you out there shifting nervously, maybe even a little scared. You're whispering to yourselves, but what if I can't? What if I'm just not strong enough? Listen closely, because this is important. We all start soft. We're born with the potential for greatness, a seed of ambition waiting to bloom, but that potential is just raw or buried deep in the ground. It takes heat, pressure, and hard work to transform that ore into something strong and useful, something like steel. Think about it for a second. I mean, how many times have you talked yourself out of a dream because it seemed too hard, too risky? You finally muster the courage to chase a passion. Then that voice in your head whispers doubts. What if you fail? Suddenly, the mountain you are about to climb seems insurmountable. That, my friends, is what it means to be soft in life. It's letting fear and negativity hold you back, choosing comfort over challenge, settling for good enough when you have the potential for incredible things. Remember that time you wanted to start your own business? You had a brilliant idea, something that could truly make a difference. But then the worry set in, what if it doesn't work out? What if I lose everything? Fear became your kryptonite, your strength sap, leaving you paralyzed. Or maybe you dreamt of becoming a writer, spinning tales that would capture hearts and minds. But then the self-doubt crept in. Who am I to think I can write something people will actually want to read? The dream faded, replaced by the fear of rejection. That's being soft, living a life dictated by what-ifs and maybes. You let life happen to you instead of taking charge and shaping your own destiny. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that. You can choose to stop being soft and start forging your own steel. It won't be easy. There will be sweat. There will be sweat. There will be tears. But the rewards are worth every drop. It's time to build that inner furnace, the burning desire that fuels your actions and propels you forward. We'll talk about that next, so stay with me. Because remember, friends, strong steel doesn't just happen. It's forged in the fires of determination. We all know that feeling, right? The dream simmers just out of reach, a delicious aroma that makes your mouth water. You imagine the satisfaction of achieving it, the fulfillment of finally holding that goal in your hands. But then the doubts creep in like unwelcome guests at a party, whispering negativity and chipping away at your confidence. Suddenly, the dream seems more like a distant mirage than a tangible reality. But listen closely, because this is where the real transformation happens. See yourself as a blacksmith standing strong in your workshop. The furnace roars in front of you, flames licking at the sky. That furnace, my friends, is your will, the burning desire that fuels your actions and propels you forward. The question is, how do you stoke that fire and make it burn hot enough to transform your dreams into reality? Here's the first step, be saying, what are your why? What is that dream that keeps you awake at night? Buzzing with excitement. Is it finally writing the novel Gathering Dust on your computer? Maybe it's starting a business that allows you to be your own boss and pursue your passion. Whatever it is, grab hold of that feeling. Nurture it, because it's the fuel for your furnace. Think back to a time you achieved something you were truly passionate about. Remember the sense of accomplishment, the surge of pride that washed over you? That feeling, my friends, is a taste of what awaits you when you forge your own steel. Now, some of you might be thinking, finding my why is easy, but what about all the obstacles in the way? What if I fail? Here's the truth. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. It happens outside, in that place where things feel a little scary, a little uncertain. Remember that time you learned to ride a bike? Those first wobbly attempts, the scraped knees, the fear of falling, that's what it feels like to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. But with every wobble, with every scrape, you got a little stronger, a little more confident. And eventually, the fear gave way to the exhilaration of riding freely. So, the next time you find yourself shying away from a challenge, remember the joy of conquering that fear. Embrace the discomfort. See it as an opportunity to build resilience, to strengthen your inner steel. Think of it like adding another log to your furnace, stoking the flames of your determination. Challenges are inevitable, but they don't have to define you. They can become the stepping stones to your success. We've talked about that burning desire, that dream that keeps you tossing and turning at night. It's the spark that ignites your inner furnace, the furnace that fuels your actions and propels you forward. But a furnace needs more than just a spark. It needs fuel to keep the flames roaring. So how do you stoke that fire and turn it into a raging inferno that melts away doubt and forges your will into unbreakable steel? The first step is to identify your why. What is that dream, that ambition that makes your heart race and your palms sweat with excitement? Is it finally launching that online store you've been daydreaming about? Maybe it's mastering that guitar riff that seems impossible, or writing a novel that captures the imagination of readers like you. Whatever it is, grab hold of that feeling, nurture it, because it's the fuel for your furnace. It's the image you hold on to when the going gets tough. The reason you push through the inevitable doubts and challenges. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, finding my why is easy, but what about all the obstacles in the way? What if I stumble and fall? Let me tell you this. Growth never happens nestled comfortably in your armchair. It happens outside your comfort zone. In that place where things feel a little scary, a little uncertain. Remember that time you decided to learn a new language? It's those first fumbled attempts to order a coffee. The awkward conversations filled with hand gestures. That's what it feels like to push your boundaries. But with every mistake, with every awkward phrase, you got a little better, a little more confident, and eventually, the fear of sounding silly gave way to the satisfaction of holding a conversation in a new language. So, next time you find yourself shying away from a challenge because it seems too difficult, remember the joy of conquering that fear. Embrace the discomfort. See it as an opportunity to build resilience, to strengthen your inner steel. Think of it like adding another log to your furnace, stoking the flames of your determination. Challenges are inevitable. They're part of life's journey, but they don't have to define you. They can become the stepping stones to your success. The very things that make your achievements all the sweeter. Now, your furnace also needs the right environment to thrive. Imagine surrounding your furnace with damp wood. The flames would sputter and struggle, right? The same goes for your inner fire. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on you, more than you might think. They're like the air that feeds the flames in your furnace. So seek out those who inspire and challenge you, who believe in you even when you doubt yourself. Find those positive flames, the people who will fan your ambitions and celebrate your victories. Let me tell you a quick story. I once knew a young woman who dreamed of becoming a professional photographer. She had a natural talent for capturing the beauty in everyday moments, but fear held her back, surrounded by negative voices who questioned her abilities. Her fire flickered and almost died out. But then she met a group of passionate photographers online. They shared tips, encouraged each other, and celebrated each other's successes. This positive environment became the oxygen for her dream, and her inner furnace roared back to life. Today, she's a successful photographer, her work gracing the pages of magazines and websites. So surround yourself with positive flames, with people who will lift you up, not drag you down. Find your tribe, your support system, and watch your inner fire burn brighter than ever before. Because remember, friends, a strong furnace is the foundation for forging your own steel. It's the first step on the path to becoming the strongest, most resilient version of yourself. We built the furnace, stoked the flames with a powerful why, and surrounded it with positive influences. Now it's time to shape that raw or a potential into something strong and resilient, your own personal steel. But here's the thing, the furnace alone isn't enough. You need a hammer, a tool to pound away the impurities and transform that potential into reality. That hammer, my friends, is discipline. It's discipline. It's not the sexiest word, is it? It doesn't conjure up images of excitement or instant gratification. But let me tell you, discipline is the quiet hero in the story of your success. It's the steady, relentless force that takes that burning desire and turns it into concrete action. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, I get the importance of discipline, but where do I even begin? The answer is simple. Set clear goals. A burning desire is a fantastic starting point, but without a roadmap, it's easy to get lost in the wilderness. Set specific, measurable goals. Don't just say, I want to be a writer. Instead, say, I will write 500 words every day for the next month. Break down your big dreams into smaller, achievable steps. This gives your discipline a clear target. Something specific to focus on every single day. Let's think of it like this. Imagine you're on a road trip. You have this incredible destination in mind, a place you've always dreamed of visiting, but without a map or directions, you could end up lost in the middle of nowhere. Setting goals is like having a roadmap for your dreams. It keeps you focused and motivated, ensuring you don't waste your energy wandering aimlessly. Here's the secret weapon to discipline. Daily rituals. Small, consistent actions create lasting change. So establish daily habits that support your goals. Maybe it's reading a chapter of a book on writing every morning before work, or practicing guitar for 30 minutes after dinner. Whatever it is, make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. So let me share a quick tip. A new habit was something you already do. For example, if you want to start meditating, do it right after you brush your teeth in the morning. This way, you create a mental trick that makes it easier to stick with your new routine. Remember, consistency is key. It's the daily swings of the hammer that chip away at the impurities and forge your inner steel. And let's be honest, there will be days when the couch seems a lot more appealing than that daily ritual. That's where the real test of your discipline comes in. Here's another secret weapon. Learn to say no. Discipline isn't just about saying yes to the right things. It's also about saying no to distractions and temptations. We all have limited time and energy. Guard yours fiercely. Don't let social media notifications, that extra episode of your favorite show, or a friend who wants to chat about last night's game derail you from your goals. Learn to politely decline and focus on the work that truly matters. Building discipline takes time and effort. There will be setbacks, days when you miss a workout or skip your writing session, but don't beat yourself up. The important thing is to get back on track as soon as possible. Think of it like this. When you're forging steel, there will be moments when the metal cools and hardens, but you don't give up, do you? You reheat it and continue hammering away. The same goes for building discipline. There will be setbacks, but with persistence, you'll shape your will into something unbreakable. Remember, friends, the hammer of discipline is a powerful tool. Wield it effectively, and you'll transform yourself from raw or into a force to be reckoned with. You'll become the strongest, most resilient version of yourself, ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. All right, we built the furnace, stoked it with passion, and used the hammer of discipline to pound away the impurities. Now we have this incredible red-hot steel, strong but a little rough around the edges. But here's the thing. Steel that's just been forged is still brittle. It needs to be quenched, cooled in a specific way to become truly unbreakable. That's where resilience comes in, my friends. It's the process of quenching your will, making it strong enough to withstand any blow life throws your way. Because let's be honest, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. There will be setbacks, moments when you stumble and fall. The question is, how do you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward? Setbacks are inevitable. They're part of the forging process. Remember when you were learning to ride a bike? You probably scraped your knees a few times, maybe even cried out of frustration. But those setbacks didn't make you give up, did they? No, you got back on that bike, learned from your mistakes, and eventually you were riding with the wind in your hair. Setbacks in life are just like those scraped knees. They hurt, sure, but they also teach you valuable lessons. So, the next time you face a failure, don't see it as the end of the road. See it as an opportunity to learn and grow. What could I have done differently? Then adjust your approach and try again. It's not how many times you fall that defines you. It's how many times you get back up. Now, building resilience is about more than just bouncing back from setbacks. It's also about developing mental toughness, the inner strength to weather any storm. Life can get messy, throw you curveballs you never saw coming. That's why it's important to cultivate mental fortitude, the ability to stay focused and motivated even when things get tough. Here are a few tools to add to your mental toughness toolbox. Mindfulness, positive self-talk, and visualization. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, focusing on your breath and quieting the chatter in your mind. Positive self-talk is about replacing those negative inner voices with encouraging ones. Visualization is about picturing yourself achieving your goals, seeing yourself successful. Let me tell you a quick story. I once knew an entrepreneur who faced countless setbacks while building his business. There were times when he wanted to throw in the towel, moments of doubt and discouragement, but he practiced mindfulness to stay calm under pressure. He used positive self-talk to silence the negativity and visualized himself achieving his dream. And guess what? His mental toughness paid off. Today, his company is thriving, a testament to the power of resilience. Finally, remember to celebrate every victory. No matter how small, it's easy to get laser focused on the big, audacious goals. But don't forget to acknowledge the milestones along the way. Did you finally write that chapter you've been struggling with? Did you nail that presentation at work? Celebrate these small wins. It keeps you motivated and reinforces the positive behaviors that are shaping you into your strongest self. So, my friends, embrace the quit. Embrace the setbacks, the challenges, the moments that test your will. Because it's through these experiences that your resilience is forged. You'll emerge stronger, more confident, and ready to conquer anything that comes your way. Just remember, you are not soft steel. You are forged steel, a continued effort. You can become virtually unbreakable. Now go out there and conquer your dreams. All right, let's talk straight. Being soft is easy. It's curling up on the couch with another episode of your favorite show, hitting snooze on that early morning alarm, or letting fear talk you out of chasing a dream. It's the path of least resistance, sure. But where does it lead? A life of mediocrity, of what ifs and could have beens. Is that what you truly want? A life where you look back with a sense of regret, wondering what might have been if you'd only pushed yourself a little harder? Look around you. The world is filled with incredible people who dare to dream big, who refuse to settle for good enough. They stoked the fires of their ambition, wielded the hammer of discipline, and emerged as strong, resilient individuals. They are the artists who captivate us with their creativity, the entrepreneurs who solve problems and create jobs, the leaders who inspire us to be better versions of ourselves. These are the people who chose to forge their own steel. And guess what? You have that same power within you. The potential for greatness lies dormant in every single one of us. But it takes courage, dedication, and yes, a little bit of sweat to transform that potential into reality. So, are you ready to stop being soft? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the challenges that await you? Because let me tell you, the rewards are worth every ounce of effort. It's the feeling of accomplishment. The satisfaction of knowing you achieved something extraordinary. That's a feeling that will stay with you for a lifetime. You don't have to take on the world all at once, so start small. Set a goal, any goal, and achieve it. Maybe it's finally learning that song you love on the guitar or running a 5K race. The size of the goal doesn't matter. What matters is taking that first step, proving to yourself that you can do hard things. And with each accomplishment, your inner fire will grow stronger, your confidence will soar. So don't let fear hold you back any longer. Embrace the fire within you, the burning desire that fuels your dreams. Wield the hammer of discipline and chip away at the doubts and insecurities that hold you back. And when life throws curveballs your way, remember the power of resilience. Let the challenges temper your steel, making you stronger and more determined than ever before. You are capable of incredible things. Now go out there and prove it to yourself, to the world, and forge your own steel.